Welcome to the Desert Vibe podcast, where we scope out the entertainment landscape in the Arizona desert. I'm Glenn Gardner along with Walt Richardson, and we host this exercise in your endurance every week. In about 30 minutes, our pal Jamie Ray will be by with What's Vibing in the Desert, a comprehensive look at the scene over the next little bit. Our guest today is Amy Hansen, a staple in the Tempe music scene and in the Valley as a host at the Darkside, various other endeavors. So welcome, Amy, and here's Walter.
Hey, everybody. It's good to be here, and thanks for tuning in to the Desert Vibe podcast.com. And like Glenn has mentioned, we have Amy in the house with us. So Amy, when we think about the whole music scene and how we all crisscross paths and everything, and all these new projects come up in the future. If somebody would have said, "Hey, we'll all be on a podcast one day, interviewing each other," we wouldn't have believed it. It's just there's so much going on in the valley. We wouldn't have believed it. But it's good to have you on board. And I would like to start out by having you give us, tell us who you are, and then what you bring as a service to the community. We'll do it in a broad sense, and then we'll get specific. Okay.
Okay. Well, as you know, I'm Amy. I currently work as a Darkside. I was also a board member of Unity Through Community, which was a nonprofit here in Tempe that I still am, actually, that is supports music and art in any medium. And Walt, as you know, I've kind of been around the music scene since the 90s. And I think it's such a beautiful thing to be on this podcast and all these years later and still having all these wonderful connections. And it has everything to do with love and music and art. And I'm really happy to be here.
So are you from Arizona?
I was born in Chicago, but I moved here in 1984. I was 7 years old. So
Okay.
I do feel like a native.
And what brought you here? What were the circumstances?
The circumstances was my mother was going to get her PhD at NAU.
Okay.
And we just never left.
Oh, that's cool. Did she accomplish that?
She did, yeah.
And what was the PhD in?
Speech and language pathology.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And you have raised children too, right? You've raised a child too, right?
I have a 20-year-old son. Yeah.
Oh,
happened so quick.
They grow up fast, don't they?
Yeah, too fast.
What does he do?
Oh, right now he's doing DoorDash and being lazy.
All right. He's an artist. He's a creative.
Yeah.
He's following in Walt's footsteps.
So what is your particular discipline in the creative arts that you either do that we don't know anything about or that you aspire to?
I have been playing Native American flute since I was a teenager.
Oh.
I have a couple albums out, and I don't normally play my own open mics or other people's for that matter. And I'm not really sure why. I'm taking up space, and it's an instrument that I've played for a long time. But every once in a while, I bring it in and share a little music with everybody, and people are usually surprised.
Yeah. I'm surprised right now because this is something new that I'm learning about.
Yeah.
So one of the things that is interesting about all of our careers is usually we have some kind of other thing that we've done or do, other occupation on the side, or sometimes even some specialties on the side.
I DJ weddings and private parties. Right. And then I also do painting. I haven't been painting lately, but there's been times in my life where I have been painted crazy. I've probably painted about 200 pictures in my life.
Wow.
And gosh, I also end up doing a lot of support. So fundraiser stuff, not just around the dark side, but fundraisers for some of our friends and family and community and hard times that they've gone through. And
Yeah. A lot of benefits. In fact, you have one coming up, don't you? A benefit coming up?
I sure do. It's a wonderful friend of mine, Celeste.
Yeah.
She was in a very tragic car accident or motorcycle accident. And she went from being a roller derby, very physically active woman to being paralyzed. And I've never seen so much determination in my life. This woman, she can just go and go. And so there's this surgery that she can get, but they don't do it here in the States.
Okay.
That might be able to help her walk again. So we're going to do a fundraiser, and I hope we can get her a good chunk of the amount of money she needs to try the surgery that she would like to get.
Yeah. And so this event in real time, well, let me put it this way. These are always kind of like, these are recorded, these podcasts are recorded. So we like to give dates and times, but it might be something that is way ahead in the future. But go ahead and give us this date of when this is happening, and we'll kind of mention it again in the desert vibing part of
That
the.
sounds great.
Yeah.
It's August 15th
Okay.
at 3 p.m. at the Darkside.
Mm-hmm.
3 to 9 p.m. We're going to have some amazing raffle gifts.
Good.
She had a 7-night stay in a resort, and one of them is a 3-day cruise.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going to sell raffle tickets. All the money and then proceeds to the bar are all going to go to help her be able to achieve this surgery that she would like to get.
And of course, you'd have in the music. You have the best of the best.
We have some great bands playing. It's Right Hand Dandies,
Yeah.
Kyle Owen Band,
Oh.
Jaffe's Descent, Farmer Wilson, and of course Walt Richardson.
Of course.
Yeah. So Amy,
Yeah.
I have this quote description about the music community here. I call this Arizona the great co-op of musicians, where people help each other out with.
Oh, Walt got frozen for some odd reason.
Gigs and recording
or
projects and things like that.
There we go.
Am I still frozen? Okay. So
You just defrosted actually.
So in the defrost, what I was saying is I have this overview of the music community being like a co-op, a great co-op of musicians helping each other out with different projects. What is your overview of the music community in Phoenix area, Tempe, and then the state of Arizona?
I just think it's one of the most beautiful things. I feel like we're so lucky to even be a part of this community of all these people who have just been really supporting each other and loving each other for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And I couldn't feel more blessed to be a part of it. My father was actually in the local music community when I was a child for a little while. He was mostly in the local music community in Chicago, but he did spend some time playing here in Arizona. And sometimes, especially when I do these open mics, I really feel like if he was around today, he would be here and just loving every minute of it. So I feel a lot of it was handed down to me from my father.
Right. What did he play?
My father was a guitar player, songwriter. He actually did some work with the Turtles back in the day, other famous bands, but he was in a band called Encounters and a band called Hammond Eggs. But yeah, he was absolutely my whole beginning for, I think, maybe just being almost brought up in a music community.
Yeah.
So it's a very comfortable place for me to be.
Well, Amy, that community that you have fostered at the Darkside is really welcoming. And of all the open mics that I've attended, and there have been a few, it's got its very distinctive own vibe and own personality. Um, you go to some open mics and they're very tightly formatted. I found your open mic to be interestingly organic, kind of. The night kind of flows in a certain way, and you facilitate, but you really don't impose a lot of restrictions around people and whatnot. Is that by design, or is that just kind of the way it developed? What's the history of that open mic on Tuesday nights?
It's got kind of a fun history. I was at Yucca. We still had Unity for Community, which was in the same plaza. I was at the open mic on Yucca, and we were all having a great time. And I was speaking with Paige Davis, Paige the Village Idiot. And we were talking about how long it's been since we've had like a downtown Tempe open mic community family night thing. And I know Jason had just started reopening the Darkside from after COVID. And right away I called him and I said, let's do Tuesday. And I did have an idea that I didn't want to do a list and I wanted to be able to work with everybody so that maybe possibly every single person, and I try really hard for this still years later, every person that comes in gets a chance. Every person. So, and I could say that there has been times where I maybe have not been able to let every single person, but more than not, everybody gets a chance, because I think with a list, you kind of limit yourself to these like time patterns, whereas I can talk to someone and say, well, how long can you stay, and what exactly how long are you going to play, what exactly are we going to do, and then work with that. And I kind of do it in my head, which everybody thinks is a little wild, but I think the benefit from it all has been that I absolutely am able to get everybody a chance. And my favorite part, and one of my favorite parts, is when we get new faces. And I think it has just been super, super supportive. Everyone listens and they're right there with you and they support whatever you're doing. And there's no judgment. And I love it, actually.
It's a really welcoming environment down there, and I think I started coming there shortly after you had got it rolling. And what impressed me was, and maybe this is a Tempe thing too, the eclectic mix of people. But the one common thread is they're all there because they're bonded by music. But I met some incredibly fascinating people who became friends, and that's if you're the person facilitating that, Walt knows this feeling. I know this feeling because we all host open mics. That you're the glue kind of that got these people together. It wouldn't have happened, without you. Is that something you consciously think about, or?
Sometimes I do realize it. I don't think I think about it ahead of time, but I definitely see it afterwards. And it makes me feel really good. It makes me feel really good to know. I actually really, really enjoy when two musicians meet and become friends and even start up a new band, or, oh man, we've had all kinds of cool connections. And the connections that are making people's art and lives better. I love
Yeah.
it. I love that, actually.
You know what? Here's my take of your open mic. It's as if you went to an open mic night and it was run by your mother. It's got that whole, I'm gonna take care of my children vibe. And so it's very nurturing. That's the word.
That's
It is.
wonderful.
It is, and it's like sitting in a living room, which is the other. Every open mic has its own personality, but that always felt to me like I'm kicking back into a comfortable chair. There are coffee tables there. It's kind of funky, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it's funky cool, and I think that all plays into the whole vibe of what you've built down there.
Yeah, and that's a lot of that has to do with Jason Weedman, who is the owner now, and you are also part of our music community. And actually, we've all kind of put in little weird stuff.
Huh.
It's been a lot of contributing of weird art and strange ideas. That is the decor for sure. I also want to say I had a lot of inspiration with the love by watching Travis from Japanese Descent do some of his open mics in the past, and I really loved how he always had, just there's lack of judgment. Nobody's judging. We're always supporting each other, and we're helping each other support each other.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. And I
Yeah.
think Travis has a lot to do with that for me because his kind of love for all these things inspired me as well.
Yeah, Travis is another person we intend to have on the on this podcast soon, very soon.
Oh, that's good because he's
Yeah,
lots of fun.
he is. Yeah, in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
This is great. So, do you have any specific goals in mind going forward for yourself about being a creative in the community? What I mean by this is there's still some hidden treasures that you'd like to create in the community to serve the community, and if so, what do those look like, and sound like, and feel like?
I guess I'm already doing some of that, but I really enjoy doing the special parties for everyone,
Yeah,
like the fundraisers in particular, or birthdays or memorials. And I love doing it, and I hope to continue to keep doing that, which can entail just about anything. I mean, I do actually work at Last Exit Live sometimes, and I like doing things with that crew, including some of the music festivals, which there isn't anything coming up currently, but possibly in the future. Festivals that were like Luna Del Lago and Apache Lake Music Festival.
right.
Hopefully, we'll have some new things in the future. But I really do just enjoy doing my fundraisers and parties and making bringing everybody together for each other.
And so that's
And
your main
more than just
business.
music.
So that's your
Sorry.
main business. That's your main business.
Well, that's my favorite. DJing private parties and weddings is probably where I would say that's probably my number one business as
Yeah.
far as financially, and I love it. But my heart does lie with the Darkside and open mics and fundraisers and my people.
What is the name of your DJing company?
It's real easy. DJ Amy Hansen.
There you go.
DJ
Yeah,
Amy Hansen. So people could log on to that or find you and just hire you for special events and things like that.
Right, yeah. And it mostly is wedding type events,
Yeah.
where you're playing the songs that they have picked for you to play and disc jockey style, but with a computer.
Right. Have you ever done any radio? Or
I was a club DJ on and off for 25 years.
oh, okay,
I did do talk radio, and I've done a couple podcasts.
okay.
It's been a while.
you can add this one to the list, but One of the things as a host of an open mic that I think if you can't get used to it, it's going to be an issue is the unpredictability of uh, of 5 minutes from now, let alone next week or next month.
Right.
Uh, do you enjoy that, or do you find that nerve wracking? Because a lot of people don't realize that you are setting up in effect a different act every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that, and that is a huge deal. I mean, from getting the audio right to all the other stuff. Do you like that, or is it kind of
You know, sometimes it can be hectic, but overall, and this is something I say to the owner, who's also the bartender at the time of the open mic. It's so cool because every single night is different. Every Tuesday night, I mean, they all have a certain vibe, but it's like a whole different setup each time, and we hear new things and different things, and I actually really appreciate that because it's it's interesting. If I was doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, it wouldn't be as interesting. So I really like it when things shift and change, and I feel like they do almost every week.
Yeah.
So, and I enjoy that actually.
Yeah. The main thing to point out with folks who are watching and listening is that you have bands that come in there, you have duos that come in there, trios that come in, and and there is a drum set that's available to everybody, and there's a PA system basically that's there for everybody.
because the owner is a drummer, right?
He's
If
a
I
drummer,
remember
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jason he's drummed with everybody's
Yeah.
projects out here. He's one of those persons that I talk about who is committed to helping everybody's project. And if you need a drummer, he's the person to go to. And he shows up rough and ready and gets the job done and does it with joy, you know.
Yeah, he
So
does it with a lot of grace as well. Because sometimes he will play with musicians who maybe aren't getting the best timing, and he will work slowly and help them
yeah,
almost without them even knowing it.
yeah.
I
He
love
guides you,
that. I love that.
he'll guide you right through it lovingly. He's
Yes,
never
it's awesome.
he's never so I think it's when I've come there, the many times that I've come there, what I've noticed is I just walk in the door and people see me and we all start chatting and you're gonna play, you're gonna play. That's the audience. And then you'll come by and say you're gonna play something. And a lot of times um, I like to come in and just listen because I started out with all the open mic nights, and I know people are getting their act together. And I've been playing around for a long time, so I like to just
Long,
support.
long, long, long time.
I like to come in and support and be that person that gets a chance to talk to the artist when they come over off the stage and say, "Hey, this is cool. I like what that is, and blah blah blah. How you did that, this, that, and the other." It's. I've put it this way: just come in for support, and
I love that. I
it,
love that.
it's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun. And then every now and then I change my mind later on at the end of the night and say, "Oh, I'll play a song and get up there and play a tune. It feels good."
And
And
you still inspire people because that then they go home and they say I played on stage and Walt Richardson was there. And
I,
it is inspiring for people to, feel supported from, someone
well,
as well known and as super cool as you are.
I like to share. I like to share that because I remember when I started out, there were people that I had a lot of respect for that I watched them so that I could learn how to, put on a show and stuff. So it's just, handing it back, circling it around, and I appreciate that it's
Kind of
being.
like when you come to one of my shows, Walt.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say
Yeah,
that.
I
You know,
figured what's
I
going to be next.
teach,
Yeah, I
teach you how to
learned.
teach you how to tune that guitar, bro. Come on. So, Amy,
It's a process.
I've got to hear you play the flute. I don't think I've ever heard you play it.
That's Are you next time you start doing an open mic? Maybe I'll come play at your open mic then.
When
He's
we start
starting
up
up in
very
just a
soon.
few weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, a few weeks. Come
Okay,
out.
let me know. I'll come.
It is the Native American flute is a beautiful instrument. I know this because my wife plays.
Oh,
And I've learned more about that instrument because it's not a pentatonic instrument, which is interesting. It changes your kind of view of scales and things like that. Because
Yeah.
let's say I ask her, hey Lauren, you want to play along with me or something? She'll say, well, what key is it in? Because basically there's a different flute for every key, but even then they're not exactly similar. Do I kind of
yeah,
have that right, Amy?
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
absolutely right. It does make it hard. I did play in a band years ago where each flute had to be tuned for. So, I mean, I had a guitar player who would tune to my flute because it's really hard for me. I have multiple flutes and multiple keys.
How
Um,
many? I have to ask, how many? How many flutes?
6.
Six? All right, not too bad.
Yeah. And some of them I've actually had since I was a teenager.
Beautiful.
So,
So
um,
you've had it for about 2 years, huh?
They're a lot like guitars in that they're made out of wood for the most part, and when the flute opens up, so an old flute like that is going to sound particularly beautiful, and they're kind of a haunting instrument to begin with, and when that wood ages out like that, it sounds awesome. I'm looking for. I'd love to hear you play one of these days.
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
I will.
Definitely.
Do you write your own material for the flute, or do you play like
I sure do.
Carlos Nakai or some other stuff? Or
No, I've always written my own material.
So, Amy, this is stuff that people I didn't know all this about you.
I
She
actually
just,
played in a band with some of the guys, the old guys from Traveler,
oh
years and
yeah.
years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Because I
We
remember Traveler for forever.
yeah, they're still around, still
Yeah.
going strong.
Maybe
um,
I might have seen you perform with them and didn't know you at the time.
I never actually played with the band. I played with a couple different members in our
Oh, I
own
see.
band. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, and this band was called Wolfskin, and we're talking late '90s, early 2000s. But again, like Glenn was saying, everybody had to tune their instruments
it's
to
a
my.
really different. It's a different deal, but when it comes together, it is amazing. I actually wrote a song called Ruins, and it's about the Hohokam ruins that sit up north of like Carefree, and I asked my wife if she would write a flute part to it, which she did. And then we went down to Bob McCarroll's studio down there in Awatuki, and recorded it. So if you ever want to hear what we did together, it's called Ruins, and it's up on YouTube. And you can catch it on my YouTube channel. But you might find it interesting just because.
Yeah,
I
because,
actually, absolutely, I can't wait.
hey, so Amy, it's this has been a pleasure to have you on the show. And before you leave, I would like for you to give people the information about where your open mic night is and what time to get there, just to, how it flows. And then any kind of wish that you have and blessing that you want to put on the music community.
I just want to say thank you so much. I feel more than um, privileged and flattered to be here with you guys. And every Tuesday night at the Darkside, which is on Farmer and University, it's 805 South Farmer, real close to Mill Avenue, but not quite on Mill Avenue. And it starts at 7. And, I pretty much will work with you anytime you come in. A lot of times, even people will come in as late as 11, and we'll definitely get them up. So I do a little bit of first come, first serve, but if you want to come in later, I'll squeeze you in. So, and we do have a really accepting, and it's not any particular kind of music or art. If you want to come and tell a joke, if you want to come and do some spoken word or even a dance performance. So I think my open mic is open in that way as well. And we love having new people. Everybody's so relaxed and supportive and nice. There's just a lot of love in the room, and it's a good place for anybody to come and just try to get on the stage, or maybe come and just watch and feel the vibe and see if you want to try. And
It'll
I'll
be
work with you either
infectious.
way.
You're gonna if you go down there and you sing, it's infectious.
Yeah.
You will end up on that stage more than likely because you're going to want to end up on that stage. It's just that's
That's
Exactly.
what
right.
Amy does. Uh, so Amy, thank you so much for joining us for this segment and continued success. And when I get fired from my regular Tuesday gig, I'll be back.
You know what? I can't wait. Thank you guys so much. I love you both. And I am really happy to do this and be here with you today.
It's a blessing having
Awesome.
you. Take care.
Thank you
Keep
so
doing what
much.
you're doing. Keep doing what you're
Yes.
doing.
Ah,
She's awesome.
Yeah, that was that. You know what? I think you're. I know you're right in terms of the open mic there. The place is kind of eclectic, and it kind of reminds me of what I don't know if you're around when Minder Binders was around back in the day. It had just the interior design has so many eclectic things. The bar
There's tons of
back,
like nooks and
nooks
crannies
and
and
crannies. Yeah,
stuff to look at
yeah,
and weird lighting
yeah,
and
yeah.
all kinds of
So
just
it's
it's
a fun,
trippy. I mean, it's really trippy.
yeah, it's a fun place to be, and I think that when people experience it, they go, "Oh wow, I think I stepped into another time zone or whatever,"
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Are you
the
talking about the
twilight
dark
zone,
side?
yeah, yeah. Have you
the
been down
twilight
there?
zone, the
Once, been
twilight
there
zone,
once.
or the twilight zone, or something like that, something like the outer limits and everything. So it feels like that. So it's pretty cool. So we'd
Yeah.
like to welcome Jamie Ray on here. How you doing, girl?
Good,
Um,
good.
I was talking with Jamie. We had dinner the other day, and then I think one of the last things she said is like, "Hey, you're gonna enjoy what I have for you because we're gonna take you somewhere." So I'd like to welcome everybody to the part of the program of what's vibing in the desert. Desert vibe. What's vibing and vibing and vibing.
Well, I got a lot of vibing going on today, y'all.
And
I'm Jamie Ray. This is your Desert Vibe sound check with what's vibing in Arizona's music scene. So hop on in, buckle up, join me as we hit the road to
where we
explore
going?
the
Where we going?
sounds of Arizona. You're gonna
Where
love
we
it.
going?
You're
Where we
gonna
going?
love it. I'm taking you on a trip to the White Mountains in Arizona.
Ooh, I like it
Okay.
there,
Yeah,
particularly when
yeah.
it's
I like it.
110 down here.
Yeah.
Right, right. That's why we're going there. We're gonna cool off right now. And I'm gonna spotlight a few places where you can catch live music or grab the mic yourself and show off your talent.
Mhm.
Down in Sholo, or up in Sholo, I should say, because we're down here. So up in Sholo, if you're looking to grab the mic yourself, there's an open mic on Wednesday nights at MJ's Hideaway, located at 1896 Silver Lake Boulevard in Sholo, Arizona. If you want to get out of the heat and head up to the White Mountains where you can get great food, great company, and plenty of fun with Jenny Slater. She hosts the open mics at MJ's Hideaway on Wednesday nights from 4 to 7. And it's always weather permitting because it's an outdoor venue. So
Mhm.
you got to be sure to check their Facebook page at MJ's Hideaway for all their upcoming details. And they do post regularly because the weather does change. So keep an eye on that if you're heading up there. And they also have live music weekly, so make sure to check out MJ's Hideaway when you're up in Sholo, and go tell them we sent you because it's a great place. You'll love it. And then right there in Pine Top Lakeside area, they've got the Lions Den Bar and Grill located at 2408 East White Mountain Boulevard, Pine Top Lakeside, Arizona. The Lions Den is one of the White Mountain's favorite live music venues. They feature live bands every Friday and Saturday night, Plus, they have special concerts and events throughout the year. For more information on the Lion's Den, they also have a Facebook page you can check, and they update their schedule regularly. So be sure to check their socials for all those events. Lakeside, I love. I love the White Mountains. My parents had a home up there when I was growing up. During the summers, we went every summer, and so much to do up there, and it's even so much more now. The live music up there is just amazing. I don't think a lot of people know how much live music they actually have up there.
Yeah.
And they have the Lodge Sports Bar and Grill located at 857 East White Mountain Boulevard in Pinetop Lakeside, and they regularly feature live bands and entertainment. And it's just another great stop for local music when you're in the White Mountains. I wasn't able to touch base with anybody there to find out times and certain events that they have, but I do know a few musicians who play there. 10th and Main play there a lot, and they always brag about it, and it's always a good time for them. So so check those out when you're up in the White Mountains. But there's plenty of other places too that I can't name them all today, but they've got a lot going on up there.
You
Yeah.
know, it's a nice drive going up
Oh,
into the White Mountains.
it's
When
great.
you start leaving the valley, and you get up along past the Mogollon Rim and all
Yeah.
of that. Yeah, it's beautiful. I remember when I first heard about the Mogollon Rim, I thought, "Whoa, what is that?" And went up there, and we were going up there. It was surprising enough for the rodeo that they have,
Oh,
and they had live
yeah.
music at the rodeo. And yeah, I was the only spot in the crowd,
I
but
was gonna say something, but I didn't.
hey, look, this was back in the 80s, early 80s.
What's
I
that guy
was
doing here? He must be lost.
I'm telling you, there was this band that I knew. They were building a studio, working on a studio here in Tempe, but they were out of Dewey, and they were playing up there. And at that time, Dewey had 5 people living in it, and the band took up most of those folks.
I believe it. I believe it.
And man, I thought, I'm watching a band that's just gonna make it. They had that sound, they had everything. They were kind of like a country rock thing, but and I don't know what happened to them all. I thought they were going to be on the scene next thing, and
Maybe they just all retired and went to Heber.
and put that on the map by bringing it up from 5 people to what 10 or 11.
10. Yeah. Up in Shola too, there's this great little duo. I want to get them on the Desert Vibe for y'all to interview, the Arizona Peaches. 2 young girls. They're not really young, but they're younger than me, but they're really good. And they've just got it made up there. They play all over up there, and they're really good. So they've got a lot of talent up there, a lot of good bands and everything. Can I take you somewhere else before we head out of here?
Please, please.
I want to take you to Lake Havasu City. A lot of people.
That's way up there.
It is. A lot of people.
Any further, you'd be in Vegas.
Well, but you can go gamble and then come out to Lake Havasu City and have a good time. They've got a lot of music out there, y'all. I can't even cover everything that they've got going on in one segment, but I will make the rounds and let you know over the next few weeks what the music vibe is out in Lake Havasu. I did hear about a great little place if you're looking to just have live music. The Lighthouse Lounge features live music entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah, throughout the week too. So it's not just like one night. And they also have an upstairs area where they have a DJ. So that's a pretty cool place to visit. They've got a lot of music.
Lake Havasu is one of the quiet secrets about
It is.
people who travel through here internationally.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice little gem. Nice little place.
Yeah, that's cool.
But they have a lot going on.
I'm gonna have to go up there and ruin it.
No, I already warned them about you. They've got a poster of you out there, so
Excellent.
They
I
also
go
have-
unwarned.
yeah. They also have this little bar, really cool, Harleys and Hot Rods, and they host a jam night. So that's really cool. I'm looking forward to finding out more about that. I have not been to that, but I do wanna find out more about that. So
Hey, Glenn, Glenn, they do have a bridge there from London that they'll sell you.
They do.
Well,
They
London
do.
already sold it to them, and for those of you who don't,
Which
because
London?
this happened a while ago, and it was pretty controversial when it happened.
Yeah.
Was the actual London Bridge across the Thames River was purchased by Lake Havasu, and they piece by piece moved it to the middle of the desert from London and rebuilt it there.
Yeah.
And there it sits. So it's not just like a reproduction or something like that. It is the actual London Bridge.
And people don't realize that. They don't.
It's
People
hard to picture it.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
just, and it almost kind of makes no sense unless you go back and you read the story as to how it
Yeah.
all kind of came to pass. But
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things in Arizona that don't make sense. until
this
you
is
read the
true.
story.
This is true. And even then, sometimes they don't make sense. But
Yeah.
but you know, there's quite a bit for the summer this year that's going on, and I just want to mention a couple of things quick. One is the Levine Folk Festival
Mhm.
is going to 2 days this year. They're going to stay
Okay.
at the same location, which is a farm down in Levine, which is awesome because farmland is really getting sucked up down there. One of the few farms remaining. So this is on a farm. They used to be 6 stages over a day, the weekend, the Saturday in front of Thanksgiving. What they've decided to do this year is take it to 2 days, 3 stages a day, so same number of stages, same number of performers, but spread it out over 2 days, so it's a little bit easier to navigate and logistics are a little easier. Just Google the Levine Folk Festival because they've already started to lay their slots out for that this coming November. Same weekend, but like I said, they chopped it in half, 3 stages each day. That one should be a lot of fun. One
And
of
it's
the
always the weekend before Thanksgiving.
always,
Always.
yep, and that's the way it's going to be this year too. There's a really nice open mic downtown Phoenix, Cactus Cloud Cafe. Fortunately for them, maybe unfortunate for us, the owners have decided to pull up stakes and move to the Pacific Northwest. And they're having a little bit of a shindig on the 10th of July, which is, we're recording this, is tomorrow, to kind of have a send off. So if you got nothing going on, you want to stop by and say so long to those folks. It was a very nice open mic. The new owners might continue it. If I find something out, definitely gonna let you know. Also wanted to let you know too that in Prescott there's a bunch of stuff going on, such as Musicians with Heart. Their open mic is at the Jersey Lily Saloon on Wednesday, July 15th. Donations are going to support local charities there. And we talk a lot about music stuff, but for spoken word stuff, there's a lot of that actually goes on in Prescott. Peregrine Book Company has a monthly open mic on Saturday, July 18th from 2 to 3:30, and that one is poetry and short prose. So just something different if you're up in that neck of the woods and you want to check that out. So there's lots and lots going on. A good place to get some resource is Easy Open Mics and Jams on Facebook. They've got a pretty comprehensive listing. And there is also a Google map that has every open mic in Arizona incorporated into Google Maps. So if you Google open mic map, you'll be able to get that thing to pop in Google Maps, which is a very cool thing. So all that's going on, along with a boatload of other stuff.
You know, you mentioned farms, and out in Queen Creek, out on this side of town, we don't have much open mics going on, but Schneff Farms now has an open mic on Friday. I think I mentioned it already, but they've got open mic Friday nights from 7 to 9, and it is so much fun. It's just a blast. It's out on the patio. It's small, little, quaint
I've
environment,
heard really good things.
and
Really.
it's not hot. I mean, it's hot, but they've got stuff to keep you cool, and misting systems and little evaporative coolers, and
I
it
gotta,
is so
I
great.
gotta make it down there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that Cactus Cloud thing on the 10th, but I'm gonna. For me, it's like I've got to fly there.
Yeah, I know, because that's how I feel when I have to go see you guys.
I know, I know. It's funny because I pulled it up on Google Maps and I looked at it, and I'm up near Cave Creek. I'm up that
Yeah.
way, other side of the world in total, and it said 56 minutes, and I'm like, what the
That
heck?
was a good time of day then, because it usually takes me longer.
56 minutes.
You
But
know,
I'm gonna do it. Maybe the week after that. I don't think I've got
Yeah.
a gig or
you
anything.
know
I'm
what?
gonna.
I'm gonna tell you something. People who might be listening to this in LA are not having any sympathy to us
No,
about
they're not.
56 minutes to go
I know.
as far as we can go.
Takes them 56 minutes to get out of the garage. You
That's
know.
Hello,
right. That's
hello.
right. That's right.
Your GPS takes 56 minutes to find the location before it brings it up and tell them what direction they need to go in and
That's
everything.
right.
So,
Oh, you
okay,
know what?
yeah,
Wait a minute. I forgot about. I'm sorry. I forgot. I wanted to mention because the farm also has um
yeah,
trivia night on Thursdays, but tonight, the 9th, July 9th, and they might do it next week. I can't, don't hold me to that, but if it goes well tonight, they are giving away tickets for their fall festival in October, which is a big event out at Schneff Farms because they have music every night out there the whole
yeah,
month of October. So get
great.
on out there and get up to Schneff Farms and see what's going on because
Get
they've
all
got a lot
schniffed
going
up.
on.
Get
Yeah,
schniffed
get
up.
sniffed up. They got a lot going on, and this is their big anniversary year this year. I think 85 years on the farm. So, I mean,
Wow.
the farm's been there longer than that, but
Yeah.
as far as what they've, been doing themselves and everything. So,
It- it-
it's a
it's-
great time out there.
so what's happening with vibing in Tempe is the temperature. It's vibing at about what?
And you can't
113.
mess up the dates on that
No,
one because
you know,
that's
can't
every
mess up
day.
the dates up there. Any day from here on until what? September,
October.
October, triple
At
digit, baby.
least.
Well, what's coming up for us is everybody's starting to look into the new season, and there's some things that I'll be bringing on board that the Downtown Tempe Authority events that they have going on. As soon as they get all those dates squared away, I'll be bringing those on board to just from the Tempe perspective. What is happening in terms of the open mic nights, we just interviewed Amy, and so you know that the Tuesday nights are going on over there at the Darkside, and there were two clubs out here. One was Darkside, and one was Dark Star. So Darkside is a
And there's the Dark Star Orchestra, which
yeah, that's true. And so the open mics at the TCA will start back up here on the first Wednesday of August. So that's coming up soon. It's starting early this year because of the fact that some of the open mic nights in the season fall right around some holidays.
Mm.
So they aren't going to be open on those days. So they didn't want us to miss out on the opportunity of having it anyway. So they put it all in the beginning. So it ends up that there's about four of them, and so rather than start in September, we're going to start in October, so
nice.
we can make up for the time. And I know a lot of people kind of like they were chomping at the bit when I was getting ready to we were taking a break, and so we're coming on early for all the early birds and those that brave the heat and would like to get into some air conditioned comfort for a while. And that's happening. Um, the other thing that's happening is, and this is not just for some self promotion, but I've been putting together these series called pop up concerts series at the Cartel Coffee Shop. And so you will be able to see some of that. We'll put those dates into the website here so that people can look at that.
I
So
played the first one. I'm surprised there's a second one after
yeah,
that.
well, hey, look, we were pulling teeth to make it happen for the second time.
Oh, I know.
Uh, you know, but it worked out. So we have one coming up on the 28th of
Mm.
August. That will be one, and then we're going to have another one coming up in September, which is going to be on the 19th of September. And who knows, maybe Jamie Ray will be on that one on the 19th. I'm not sure.
Let's keep it a secret. It's a pop-up, right?
It's
It's a
You think
pop-up.
mine was bad? Oh my
Yeah.
God! Just
And
wait.
so I want to also say, coming up, there's some interviews that are going to be coming up on the podcast. The way that people get selected is we just know so many folks. We randomly send out invitations, and so people responding. There's people that Jamie Ray who's invited, and Glenn and myself, and they're all of them all responding. So there's some that are coming up soon where Jamie Ray invited them, and so Glenn and I are meeting them for the first time. So she will be on the host on in the main part of the show, as well as doing the Desert Vibe, what's vibing in Arizona with Jamie Ray. So look forward to that. I haven't looked at the schedule to see what those particular dates are, but I know Jamie Ray is the info person. She can tell you. And
They're coming up.
in
They're
a
coming
slot.
up. One is next week, I believe, but I think you all know Joey.
Oh, Joey Goodfellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's coming up, and then the last weekend, the last Thursday of the month, I believe, is the 30th. I don't have the calendar. I think it's
Okay.
the 30th. But
Okay.
Marshall Shore and Melissa Farley from the morning show, they have
Yep.
their own show,
Okay.
and they're going to be on. So
Yeah, they're great.
yeah. So we're excited to have
Well,
them.
Well, we should
Thank-
probably wrap here soon.
Thanks for bringing them on, Jamie.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's going to be fun.
appreciate
It's going
that.
to be fun.
Good peoples. Well, speaking of fun, this was a really fun one, and we are so blessed, I think, to be here in this phenomenal place with this amazing music community, and I feel totally fortunate to be able to sit in this chair with Walt and with Jamie Ray, and with Emma and James Madison, who are some of our behind the scenes folks. Ooh,
Phone seats.
I gotta stop drinking so early in the morning. Anyway, with that, I'm just going to say I'm Glenn Gardner.
I'm Jamie Ray.
And I'm Walt Richardson. And again, like Glenn said, I want to thank all the people who are supporting and viewing this. We are doing this basically by flying by the seat of our pants. This is all about fun. We enjoy.
And I'm not even wearing any pants right now.
He's flying by his seat. Stop. Sit down.
Gosh.
God dang. Something's wrong with this guy.
Uh,
It's gonna be just down to the two of us because he's gonna be in the institution pretty soon.
oh, we zoom. He can still be part of it.
Yeah,
can
but
get
we don't need some more babbling on
No.
here. We
No,
rambling
we
and
don't. We don't.
No, we don't. So this is very organic. We're all learning this as we go. So you'll see things coming and going and all of that. But it's like life. And we're all here just to basically tell the story of how much we all enjoy and have made our careers here in the state of Arizona and the Valley of the Sun. And just give you guys a sneak preview of what it is. So that if you're ever coming down to the Valley or you're in the Valley already and you want to say, hey, let me just poke out and see what's going on. These guys are talking about this and that. I think you won't be disappointed. I think you'll enjoy what you see. And we are, because that's just the way our hearts find the right place to go. And we have a good time. And we invite you all because that's the way we do. We just have everybody come in and enjoy. So thank you very much. And until we meet again, you be good to yourselves. Take care of one another. And let's give peace a chance.